Hollywood hates Joe Rogan. I know it seems unfair. Why would they care? And why would they despise a man who simply wants to talk to people of all persuasions? But across the nation, they can't stand him and they can't stand his listeners. Today we'll tell you what the celebrities have to say and why they're sticking it to Joe Rogan in a way that makes the new media simply laugh at them. Hello and welcome back. It is a joy, it is a pleasure, as ever, every time we get to endeavor together to explain entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do. Welcome, folks, to the new media. Click the like button, drop a comment, and remember, YouTube loves it when you're engaged, so engage with us, please. All right, let's dive in. Joe Rogan, will he take it? Or is it like water off a duck's back? We'll tell you where the slack is coming from. An attack from Hollyweird. All right, folks, coming to you from thatparkplace.com. This one might be exclusive. I don't know if anybody's reporting it. Golden Globes snubbed Joe Rogan from new Best Podcast category and reveal what Hollywood really fears. Now, that's not the new podcast category. It's a podcast category that the category itself is new. This is by Marvin Montanaro. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It says Joe Rogan was snubbified by the Golden Globes, inciting a controversy that isn't just about an award show. It's a story about power, cultural gatekeeping, and how Hollywood handles voices it cannot control. For the first time ever, the Golden Globes introduced a Best Podcast category. Why? Because Hollywood's desperate to get into that new media that's bigger than they are, and immediately used it to exclude the biggest podcaster on earth. Joe Rogan, host of the Joe Rogan Experience, the number one show in the world and has been for years, was left off the nomination list entirely. Yet the Globes insist the category is for entertainment-focused shows, not political podcasts. But the problem, Rogan isn't a political podcast. They're furious at him, by the way. They're furious at Joe Rogan for daring to have President Trump and J.D. Vance on and inviting Kamala Harris on back during the election cycle. The problem is, that's not his typical guest. He's typically there talking about UFOs and fun stuff. He's entertainment. So who got the entertainment-focused podcast nominations? Call Her Daddy. Wasn't that what Kamala went on, that they built the entire show thing?
I think
Is that it?
I think that might have been.
Armchair Expert. Never heard of it. Good Hang with Amy Poehler, because she's Hollywood. The Mel Robbins Podcast. Oh, good grief. Yeah. NPR's up first.
Yeah,
and Smartless.
Garbage. Oh, wait, you forgot the Call Her. Oh, you did say Call Her Daddy, right?
NPR is clearly it's. Oh my gosh!
And USA Today is the one that was like, well, of course Rogan wasn't in there because it's politics, and I'm just like, it's NPR.
Can I tell you guys a secret? Joe Rogan and the other podcasters that are excluded from this, and you got to be kidding me. I mean, the All In podcast should be nominated, and they're not conservative. I'm trying to be fair on this. But the All In podcast would definitely be on this. The reason that none of the podcasters care, we're paying attention to a dying industry. These people are dying and pretending that their club is still the one you want to be in. Oh, they snubbed Joe Rogan. No, he snubbed you. He defeated you when his ratings exploded above you. He had more views on the Trump interview than the presidential debate on ABC. He doesn't care, Hollywood. And guess what? These other podcasts, they don't care if they get your dinky little trophies. They don't want to be invited to your little stuffy dinner. They don't want to put on all the garb. They don't care. You can award Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande and all these other people all you want to. They don't want what you're serving. You just don't know it anymore. You're old. You're mothballed. You're kind of vile. And the average American has moved on a while ago to the new media. And we don't give frickin' awards out to each other because we don't care. Because it's all about winning. It's all about winning. Culture, these people think it matters. They don't realize they're dustbin, man.
I covered this. This was actually the title for today's 6 Minute Daily. And it's not just a little bit offensive. It's entirely offensive because Joe Rogan rules the roost when it comes to podcasts. There's nobody even close. And it's one of the reasons why so many of us are speaking so positively about people who through free speech, asks real questions to their guests. He's differentiated himself enough that, you know, people want to replicate him. So the fact that they included the sexually driven Call Her Daddy podcast over and above him is saying something. The All In, as you mentioned, despite their political leanings, would have been an even better choice. But inserting the NPR was absolutely disgusting. But here's the thing. I still think the Golden Globes are trying to make up for the fact that they had been racist and accused of being racist for the better part of 2 decades. Because the Hollywood press was so corrupted in their international journalism and in, of course, their selections going way back when. So again, perhaps this is their penance that they had to pay, leaving out the number one podcaster in the world for reasons unknown at this point.
Well, culture, listen. Well, just real quick, Marvin, I'm not irritated about this because I'm laughing at them. You know, this is like when, you know, on the Pro Show back during the election, there were times when we would pull better ratings than some CNN shows. And we didn't talk about it. We didn't gloat about it a year ago. And the reason why is because we don't care, because these are dinosaurs. They really are. And they think that they matter. And so they chatter about, you know, we're not going to let Joe Rogan in our club. Oh, we're not going to, you know, who cares? This is like when they wouldn't let Matt Walsh compete for a nomination on best documentary for What Is a Woman. And it's like, who cares what your little documentaries are that you sign up for an award? He's beaten you over 10 times X at the market. That's the trophy. That's the trophy, Marvin.
Yeah, the USA Today tried to justify Joe Rogan being left off the list by saying, oh, well, you know, political podcasts, you know, like Tucker Carlson wasn't on it, and, you know, Megyn Kelly wasn't on it. And so, you know, Joe Rogan, I'm like, there's a huge difference. Joe, if you look on Spotify, I have a screenshot of it in the article. The Joe Rogan podcast has a few categories on it. I believe it's comedy, culture, and society. None of that is political.
None of it. None of it. You know, the thing is, we don't give ourselves awards here. The awards on YouTube and on Spotify, the award is the audience. It's the community. It's you, folks. It's you. We don't care if they give you a dinky little trophy. That doesn't matter. What matters is, are you winning in the marketplace of ideas? Ron, these people have failed.
Yeah. Well, I think I know why Joe Rogan was left off this list. I think it was the fear factor.
Oh, I get it. You know, they get a real fear factor of promoting a lot of shows. D-Day Cobra, nowhere on there. Of course, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Asmongold, not on there. Wouldn't that be fun? I would love to see Asmongold get a trophy at one of these things. Not because he needs it, not because it would matter to him, but because it would be hilarious to all of us to watch Asmongold go up there and get his little dinky plastic gold trophy.
I mean, the Golden Globes have been on life support ever since Ricky Gervais completely, you took the wind out of him a few years back when he just, exposed the ridiculousness of this from within the belly of the beast.
Right. They're on a little shanty, at sea, and the new media yacht is passing them by, and they're sitting on their little shanty saying, "Hey, we're not going to give you a trophy." And the yacht just keeps driving by and says, "All right, and so do what you're going to do."
They're like, "Oh, we're going to honor the new media," and it's like Amy Poehler and like Hollywood people, with their own podcast. So they're honoring Hollywood people podcasts.
But their nose is up, and we're laughing at them the whole way. We don't care. We don't want your dinky little trophies. We don't care. Keep it. We'd much better. We would much more love winning, and that's what we're up to. Culture.
I mean, this is the equivalent of the Game Awards at this point. So
sick burn. Sick burn. And you know what? Somehow the legacy media, we all found not the legacy media, the new media. We all found the secret code. Up, down, left, right, ABC. The Hollyweirds don't understand how it is we do what we do, bringing you video after video every single day of the utmost highest excellence and quality. But folks, we do it because of you. We appreciate you. You are seen and heard here on the Pro Channel. Make your voices heard, folks, by doing one last thing before we say goodbye for a short time. Consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, and you know what? That notification bell, click it and stick it to the algorithms. Also, drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. And don't forget, folks, we've got even more content on the way. If you'd like to become a member, it's just the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of exclusive content beyond what the public sees, including archival footage of the Pro Show that goes away after just a few days from its public release. Folks, we hope we get the honor of spending time with you again soon, and until then, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.